Terry Duffy says he told FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried to face, quote, to his face, I should say, "You're a fraud. You're an absolute fraud." That was back in March during a meeting with him. Duffy recounted this conversation just days ago with Guy and Dan for their podcast On the Tape. Terry Duffy is here now to take us deeper into that encounter. Terry, this is absolutely fascinating, and what we're finding out now is no surprise to you months ago. How long did it take you to figure out this guy was a fraud?
Well, Melissa, I don't know if I knew he was a fraud right away. I just didn't, know what his business was. Here he is. He's trading an inefficient arbitrage out of Hong Kong, making all this money supposedly. And the next thing I know, he's going to buy CME, he's going to buy Goldman Sachs and everybody else. He's making all these different allegations of what he wants to do. So I met him, as you said, when I gave Guy and Dan the podcast the other day. But what is really interesting is how this whole thing came about, which kind of got my interest up about he is a fraud. And I met earlier in the day with the head of the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and I asked, why are you not dismissing this application out of hand? And he said, because under Section 5B of the Commodity Exchange Act, which calls for innovation, he has to look at it. And I said to him, I said, you don't have to, under the Commodity Exchange Act, have to accept anything that's innovation that puts risk management at the back seat of this. And that's exactly what was going on. So right away, my suspicions were up. Why is there so much pressure coming for this application? Then when I met with him, I knew right away, I said, this is a joke. This is absolutely going nowhere. And then you look who he's traveling with. He's traveling with Mark Wiegand, the former chairman of the CFTC. Now, what was Mark doing for him? I have no idea. Was it credibility or just carrying his briefcase, or I should say his backpack?